Hi guys! Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to teach you about the unit circle. So, i-draw lang natin yung unit circle. We will discuss everything about the unit circle. So, sa unit circle, we have a vertical and horizontal line over here. And then, ang x-axis is corresponds for the cosine function. Ang y-axis corresponds for the sine function. So, let's just put there. And then, dito is, we all know that we have 0 to 360 degrees over here. Right? And then sa itaas natin, we actually have how many degrees? 90, right? So let me just quickly write 90. Then, dito to the left side, we have 180 degrees. Sa ibaba natin, you actually have 270 degrees. Okay, this is actually a typo. I'm going to change it later. That's not 360, that will be 270 degrees. But we make it later. So, across all of them, we can draw a line over here. And here, I think this is better. Wait, I'm gonna make this a little bit one. Here, slant, mas ano siya, medyo close. So, this angle, we will name this 30 degrees. Yung na-form na angle niya. We can actually write it over here, but I'm not going to do that in this because marami siyang issues. We're not going to go through it, bro. See? If we're going to do that, ang dami niyang blank. So, dun lang natin nilalagay sa kabila. So, dito yun It's the angle that formed over in this region. It's 30 degrees. So, kapag bibilang tayo sa unit circle, we're going to start from 0. So, we have 30 over here. So, we'll just name this 30 degrees. Then we can do another line over here. And another one here. So let me just delete this because it is too long. So after 30 degrees, we can just name this as 45 degrees. So it is not a special right triangle, which we can easily calculate the sine, cosine, tangent functions. We have 60 degrees naman. Okay, next up, we can draw another line dito sa portion dito. And over here. And then dito. Okay, this is ugly as... So, ayusin natin. Delete natin to lahat. Wait lang. Okay. I'm just trying to ballpoint everything. This is not the exact angles. Okay, here. Let's put it here. So, pabantay ko siya medyo sa 60 degrees. No? And actually, dito rin. Then, pantay rin natin siya here. And yun. I think this is much better. This is much better. So now, across the 90 degrees, what we have is 120 degrees. So you can have a pattern if you are going to. So sa 90, we just added up 30 degrees. And dito naman, we're still going to add up 15 degrees. So it's 135 degrees. And here, we're going to add up how many degrees? 15 again. So we got 150. And then we're going to add up 30. So we can reach 180. And here, we can add up 15. Actually, 30 degrees again. Then we're going to add up 15 degrees. After 15 degrees, we're going to add up another 15. So we will get 240. And then after that, we're going to add up, wait, this is not actually 360, right? This is 270 because after those 45, 45, we're just going to add up 30, another 30 degrees. So we will get 270 degrees here. So after that, what's the next? We're going to add up another 30 degrees. So we will get 300. Okay, so after adding another 30, we're going to add a 45 once again. And then another 45, and then another 30. So that's basically the pattern, right? We're going to add up 30, then 15, then 15, and then 30. Para mabuo natin yung unit circle, which is quite great. Okay, so pagka-add natin ng 15 dito, we're just going to add another 15 degrees here. So got 330. What did I say earlier? Did I say 45, 45? The pattern is we're going to add 30 in the first, then 15, and then 15, and then another 30. So here, so now we converted all of them sa radians niya, except dun sa vertical and saka horizontal. So as you can see, 30 degrees in radians is pi over 6. So I made a video on my playlist sa trigonometry on what's the difference between degrees and radians. So basically, degrees is just what made the angle. So just watch that video. So as we can see here we got all of the radians. So yan, mga yan. So we can actually think of a pattern over here, but it is better kapag i-convert na lang natin, and yung pattern kanina is yun na lang yung sundin natin, right? Para ma-master natin yung convert ng radians and degrees to radians. See? So yan lang yung mga radians niya in radians form. So mahalaga to sa complex numbers pag maghahanap tayo ng trigonometric values kapag we're not going to use any calculator. That's basically what we need to do. So okay, so we will consider 30, 45, and 60. Okay, I don't know what I'm putting here because they just have the same denominator bawat opposite line niya. So now let's move on to sa special right triangles. So yung mga special right triangles is 30, 60, 90 degrees, 45, 45 to 90. So I know na natutunan nyo na to sa grade 9 mathematics. If you're in the Philippines, you will learn it. But in other countries, I don't know. But in this course, I will teach all of them. All of trigonometries. Okay, we all know that. Those things, sine is equal to opposite over hypotenuse, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. And then that's just what we're going to do here. So kapag na-memorize na natin special right triangles, we can just easily evaluate siya kung ano yung nasa unit circle niya. Okay, now, let's start. So, we all know sa sine 30, it is going to be opposite over hypotenuse. Looking at our special right triangle, it will become 1 over 2. But yung cosine pala is just in the x value. Therefore, yung cosine muna hanapin natin. Yung cosine is root 3 over 2, adjacent over hypotenuse. And then yung sine natin, it is going to be 1 over 2. Kasi it's going to be 1/2, right? And here, I just pointed an arrow so you guys can just see what I'm going to do. I'm just trying hard to write some numbers here. I just don't want to ruin my work. Okay, here. So, yan yung mga specified value ng sine 30 and cosine 30 degrees. So, as you can see, it's just pretty easy. So, I did write on the left side, yung mga sine and cosine trigonometric functions. So you can just remember them. Okay, next. So dito naman, what we're going to look for is just the 45, 45, 45, 45, special, 45, 45, 90 special right triangle. But you do cooperate it. So we got this. So on cosine and sine, they are just both the same in this degree, or the 45 degrees. So ang cosine is root 2 over 2, and ang sine is just root 2 over 2. And then now sa 60 degrees, we can just basically do it again. So titingin lang tayo sa 60, and opposite ng 60 is root 3. And then ang hypotenuse is 2, so it's just going to be root 3 over 2 sa sine. But sa cosine, it's going to be 1/2. So 1 and 2. So that's going to be it. So let me just write it. Oh, so there we got this. So another property sa unit circle is that the quadrants. So para ma-memorize nyo lalo to. So sa quadrant 1, we all know that we have positive and positive. So we need to always remember that cosine is x and sine is y. Ang cosine natin is, so sa quadrant 2, it's just going to be negative because nasa negative direction siya. And then ang y natin is in the positive direction. That's why we have this thing. So quadrant 2 is going to be negative and positive. So quadrant 3, it is lies between, no, not between, but on the negative x direction and then negative y direction. Therefore, we are going to have both cosine negative and sine will be negative. So now let's move on dun sa quadrant 4. So sa quadrant 4 natin, what we're going to get? We're going to get a positive x because it lies on the positive direction, and then a negative sa, because we have it on the negative y direction. So there you go. Ang cosine dyan is positive, ang sine is negative. So what is the mainly use of those things? Kung bakit ko sinabi yun? Because we actually have a pattern here. All of these corresponding things is nakalies na sila dun. They are just all. So here, you can visualize what just I have done. So dito, we got negative dun sa bawat cosine functions niya. And dito naman, sa quadrant 3, we got both, all of them negative. And dito, this is just going to be positive cosine and negative sine value. So as you can see, and then dito rin naman, this is just the only pattern that I'm going to suggest you, is that they just have the same thing. So it's really pretty hard to memorize the unit circle because there's too much things to consider. But while solving problems, you can just memorize it by doing them. To memorize math, you just need to do it. So hindi ko pa pala nag-give dito yung mga values. So dito, just going to be 1, 0. And then dito naman sa half, ang sine 90 and cosine 90 is just going to be, oops, I glitch. Because this is going to be 0, 1. So if you write it on the calculator, type it in the calculator, cosine 90 is 0, sine 90 is 1. Kapag naka-radians siya, I mean kapag naka-degree mode. And we got this also. And that's pretty much it for those things. So ang last na topic na discussion natin is about the tangent. Because we actually have 6 trigonometric functions, right? Yung mga inverse pa ng sine, cosine, yung secant or secant. So, but we're going to talk about tangent here. Wala pa tayo dyan. So, ang tangent, just to make it, you just sine over cosine. So, on what is the value of the sine, we're just going to divide it by the cosine, to the cosine. So we got this. Then we can just do the basic math in order to solve this problem. Here, I just divided it. I do that, keep change flipping. We just cancel those things. And then rationalizing the equation, the denominator, we will get our final answer as root 3 over 3. So, kung ano yung rationalizing the denominator, I just did this here. Pag dinistribute mo yung root 3 sa denominator, yung root sign, root symbol will just cancel. So, yan yung tan 30. It is root 3 over 3. So, you can just use them. I'm actually going to write the formula dito sa left side. Just delete this. But that's good. Okay. I just write them. So here, ang tan is going to be positive. Ang tangent dito naman sa quadrant 2, it is going to be, guess it, it's going to be negative. So I'm going to tell you later on why is that happening. But although you can just know it right now, you can find it. So dito naman is going to be positive. And on the quadrant 4, the tangent is going to be negative. So why is that? We actually have a formula for this thing. You all know that tangent is sine over cosine, right? So dito, what we're going to do is it is going to be y over x. So just doing the basic operation of divisions. Pag negative times negative, or negative divided by negative, it's going to be positive. And just basically it.